K-Pel, welcome back to Acadiana's Morning News to preview another big weekend of sports, which all of a sudden kind of became like a, all right weekend. A lot of big teams not playing now this weekend. Let's start out with, what's the deal with the whole Florida LSU thing? Did the SEC really, was it them that were dragging their feet? Was it Florida that was dragging its feet? Why?
I blame both of them. It's a situation where, look, it's not necessarily that Florida didn't go to Baton Rouge to play.
Yeah.
I don't really blame them for that.
I don't either.
I wouldn't want to go either, especially when there's a hurricane in my state. Nobody wants to give up a home game. At the same time, it's the way it was handled.
Well, because even if you were to move it, because maybe if it was later on in the season and they needed to win or whatever, and it was worth the risk. But here's the deal. I mean, they would be giving up home field advantage, number one. Also, their fans are boarded up right now, meaning that much of their families probably are, and the universe. I mean, I just kind of thought, to me, it's not about them not coming to LSU. But it was a nice gesture by LSU.
They're evacuating the state.
I know.
They're evacuating the state.
And here's
then they're telling us, there's going to be a game in Gainesville. There was never going to be a game in Gainesville.
I figured that from the beginning. It was just way too much.
And the travel is just too much. I mean, Florida State and Miami have a chance to play because they're in the same state. Mm-hmm. I mean, LSU would have to fly into Gainesville today. The game was going to be on ESPN. You got to get ESPN people there. You got to get officials there. I mean, there's just so many moving parts. I mean, that game was not going to. I guess the best that they could have hoped for would to be what Georgia did in South Carolina, where they moved the game to Sunday, maybe to Monday. But in terms of Saturday, that game was never going to be played. And it's just. For them to say, okay, we're going to make a decision at this time, and then there was no decision. We're going to make it at the next time, and there's no decision. I mean, it's like, come on, it just makes it look bad. Look, I'm not saying Florida's scared. We all do what's best for us. I mean, we all lock our doors at night because it's the right thing to do. We're not necessarily scared, but it's the right thing. I don't blame them for canceling the game. Or not, or should I say, I don't blame them for not wanting to come play at LSU. I just blame them for the way it was handled. It could have been handled a lot better.
And I think with the psychological nature that is football in general, playing, coaching, as a spectator and everything, I also kind of put myself in the fans' shoes to say, we're dealing with all this. You're going to leave to go play?
Yeah.
We can't watch you because we don't have DirecTV.
Right.
We don't have power.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you though. It's a decision that just should have been made probably sooner.
Just made, and you knew the hurricane models. You knew a hurricane was coming to Florida. They said it went a little bit to the right. What does that mean, a little bit to the right? It's like, are you kidding me? I mean, all week long I was told a hurricane's going to Florida. Guess what? A hurricane's in Florida.
Going to Florida, exactly.
And it might turn around and hit Florida again.
We'll see what happens. Okay, so then we also have the Saints who are on a bye week, so that means we get to just enjoy a win. Here's how I look at a bye week when you just had a win. It's like you won 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the disappointment, but
Can I give you a stat?
Give it to me.
Even if I'm wrong?
No, give it to me. You can say it.
This is the first time in my lifetime, and I'm 49 right now, that the Saints, the Tigers, and the Cajuns are all idle on a given weekend. None of them are playing on a given weekend. Now, I say that even if I'm wrong, because in 1982 they had the NFL strike. The Saints only played 9 games that year. That means there were 7 open weekends, and it's possible that the Cajuns and Tigers were both had bye weeks back in 82, although I doubt it. But as far as I know, so I'm just going to say, look, I'm not wrong. I'm telling you right now. It's the first time that it's ever been happened, okay?
So what does Stevie P do on a weekend where the Saints, the Cajuns, and LSU are not playing?
I keep my fingernails.
Yeah.
You weirdo.
No, I mean, look, there's some good football games as a Red River rivalry. You got Oklahoma and Texas. Yep. You got a great football game in the SEC. Tennessee and Texas A&M, 2 undefeated teams playing. Mm-hmm. And then tomorrow night you got Miami and Florida State maybe, and Alabama, Arkansas. And don't laugh because last year Alabama had a 3-point lead over Arkansas in the fourth quarter before they hung on to win. And 2 years ago, Alabama beat Arkansas by 1 point, 14-13. So Arkansas matches up pretty well with Alabama.
I think.
And if all else fails, you can watch The Godfather.
Yeah,
That's
could.
True.
I'm one for tradition. I think it's why I like going to the Superdome, just because they've played there forever.
Right.
I mean, as long as I've ever remembered. one of the coolest sports experiences I ever had was when the Red River Rivalry was still played at Fair Park in Dallas.
Yep.
And so it was during the State Fair of Texas.
Yes.
You know, and then you have the Cotton Bowl, which is right in the middle, and it's you can't beat it. It's almost like all the fair happened. It was just an extended tailgate, like what we're used to.
Great stuff.
And then they moved it, and now it's out at the very vanilla Jerry World. Oh,
that's it.
But I don't trust any place that you could have a boxing match, the NBA Finals, football, concerts, anything, and just it's a convention center to me.
WrestleMania.
It's a convention center.
All of it. No, I'm with you.
All right, well, Stevie P, how about this? What's scheduled time to talk on Monday to talk about how good we still feel about our teams because they didn't play. They couldn't lose. They couldn't lose. Stevie P, as always, it was my pleasure.
Been your pleasure.
It sure was.